drummers against implied timekeeping, a simplified exercise. I've been thinking of ways to come up with what I think is the most simple exercise to get you to understand that the things that I'm teaching in the open-handed position. It's not easy because it depends also on the level of a player that you are. But I want to expose as many drummers, regardless of your level, of what I'm trying to show you when you're playing in the open-handed position, the advantages. And a basic exercise, I think, will help. And this is as simple as I can make it. I want you to, if you're assuming you're right-handed, your left hand is on your hi-hat. We're not going to use my remote hi-hat, but you have one hi-hat, assuming on your drum set, you would play this beat. Just eighth notes at first, but you start with your right, and then your left hand comes down with your right foot. That's what I want you to practice. Rather than practice like this, I want you to play this beat. The idea is to get your hand moving and matching with your foot. Your left hand is the lead. This will strengthen your whole orientation to playing open-handed with your left in the lead. I have many videos, and they're very technically challenging, especially for drummers who are starting out. And they see these videos and these syncopated patterns, let's say, and they just figure that they're not going to be able to deal with that. But you have to start with your quarters. And then you can play 16th notes. What I'm trying to get you to do is the left to move and to lead with the right foot coming down. And this is as basic as I can make it, because you have to understand that your left hand, when you're playing like this, and you're playing like this with the traditional grip, what you're doing is you're constricting your ability to move. And this is kind of the thing I want you to be released from. So, of course, I want you to play in the match grip position. I want you to understand that your left hand is the lead, especially when you're playing quarters and eighths. If the tempo is fast, then of course your right hand has to come in play if you're articulating something, because your left hand is always going to be weaker than your right. But it's rare, and it depends on what you're doing. But as a rule of thumb, I want you to practice both of these exercises. Just that, the eighth notes with the hand moving, and then 16th notes. Now you can do versions and variations on it, that you like. But the key is just the snare drum and the hi-hat with the left hand moving and the left hand is the lead. What's going to happen is, as you practice this, you're going to get used to your left hand moving. And on a basic level, this is what I've come up with that I think it'll help you a lot. Don't get too complicated in moving to the toms. It's not important. The key thing is this. The left hand is moving between the hi-hat and the snare, either quarters, eighths, or 16th notes. To get used to that, what starts to happen is your left is playing the pattern. And I think it'll be very helpful for you. Now, as I say, I'm not sure of the level of player that is coming on to where I am over here. But I want to teach you that you can open up so many creative avenues that you would have never thought of playing like this, or playing like this, even if you have the remote hi-hat. Now, if you have questions, always ask me either on the YouTube comments section, twitter.com/drummersagainst, and I'll be glad to answer. I also have a Facebook page.com/drummers against implied timekeeping. Welcome everyone who's visiting. Take the time to just go through my catalog, which is well over 200 and I think 20 videos now, and to understand that the things that I'm trying to teach you in the open-handed position will enhance your power, your independence, and most importantly, your creative abilities. But you have to have a build from a foundation. And as I say, I'm always trying to think of ways to enhance that and simplify as much as I can. Because I have a lot of videos coming that are extremely technically difficult. But you have to understand the foundation to which they're built on. And I was especially happy when I took the Stick Control book by George Lawrence Stone, and I have Stick Control My Way, the first 3 pages, or the first 72 exercises that are applicable. Take a look at those as well. And of course, if you don't know what I'm all about, I do have an explained in detail video which kind of sets forth what I'm doing. And of course, if you haven't already, I'm asking for you to subscribe, because your subscription is the support and inspiration for me to continue. So I thank you always. So let me know what you're doing and what you think of this, and I will try to help you in any way I can. But this is a basic exercise I want you to try. All right? Take care.